Hi, I'm Steph. I've worked in care for over 15 years now. I have worked as a carer, a senior carer, a deputy manager and a care home manager. Wow, I've done quite a few roles within the care sector. I dealt with a lot of dementia care and end of life care. Dementia, as you know, is commonly spoken about now. However, not enough. Everybody thinks dementia as what we call Alzheimer's. Yes, that is the most commonly known form of dementia. However, dementia is a general blanket term for the disease, and it is where it can be caused by brain damage, it can be caused by degeneration within the brain or abnormal protein in the brains. The different types of dementia that there is: Alzheimer's, like I said, which is the most common. Secondly, you have vascular dementia. Then you have frontal lobe temporal dementia. Then you have Lewy bodies dementia. Nobody wants to come into a care home, let's be honest. Care homes are the last resort. Usually people come into the care homes when they cannot be cared for safely at home anymore. Usually their loved ones are at their wits' ends. My nan herself was diagnosed with dementia. She'd had early signs of Alzheimer's for a while, but it was manageable. My mum and dad obviously looked after my nan. They brought her into her home, and unfortunately she became bedbound. She wasn't the nan I'd remembered. That took a big impact on me because I felt I had nowhere to hide. I had to be strong for everybody, strong for my residents, strong for my staff, but strong for my family. But one hard thing about that, and especially this just reminds you about dementia, my uncle passed away, her son. Whilst my nan had dementia and she was awake, nobody should ever lose their child, but she'd forgotten she'd lost her child. So she kept asking where my Uncle Steve was. And that was really hard because we didn't want to tell her that he'd passed away, but also we didn't want her to keep reliving that she'd lost her son on a daily basis. Bless her, my mum. She'd suffered a lot of health issues along the way. She'd had strokes and things like that. But she more recently has started to show signs of dementia. Probably I see them even more because I'm used to this sector. Know what signs and early signs to look out for. It just started forgetfulness. One time she'd gone out to the car and tried to get in the wrong side. This lady was going out to drive. So that moment she decided she's not safe to drive. And that, I think, was the turning stage for my mum, because she's a bit like me. She's a trooper. She keeps going on and on and on until she physically can't. And her memory has started declining. She's quite repetitive, bless her. I'm probably a bit more patient than some. So when she says, "Oh, have I said this before?" No, you haven't, of course not. But my dad doesn't and my nephews don't. They tell her that she's repeating herself. She's a little bit scared, I think. I've had some really honest moments with my mum, and my mum has said that she does not want to become what she knows as dementia, so bedbound, aggressive, to the stage where she's not her anymore. She doesn't want to lose herself. She's going through the tests at the moment. She's had her brain scan and it's confirmed that she's not got Lewy bodies, so that's amazing. But there's still definitely something going on. I'm not looking forward to that step because it's not really another path that I want to follow down with my mum, but family's important. Family should stay together and I'll be strong for her. I'm not going to lie, one time I was absolutely exhausted and I forgot to pick my daughter up from school, which was absolutely, I broke down crying. because I was in a meeting. One of my residents fell. It was a safeguarding, and yeah, how can you forget to pick up your daughter? But I did, because you're running on air. That, thank God, only happened once. And I had a friend who to go and pick her up. That's really upsetting for me. And that just goes to show how much of an impact care homes do have on your life. The final straw that made me decide to come out of care is when one of my children turned around and said to me that I love my residents more than I love my children. And that, to me, broke my heart, because that is so far from the truth. Never, ever. My children and my family always come first. I can only give my best, but this is, for the majority of the residents, unless they're on respite, this is their last home. And I really wanted to make their home the best place. This is going to be the last home that they remember.
If you need any advice or support on any aspect of dementia, we do have dementia specialist nurses that are here to help. So you can contact Dementia UK's Admiral Nurse Helpline, and that's on 0800 888 6678. And we're open 7 days a week, every day except from Christmas Day. And you can also email us on helpline@dementiauk.org. You can book a free video or phone appointment too to get expert dementia support from an Admiral nurse by visiting our website, and that's dementiauk.org/appointment.